hours to burn off the caffeine. Richmond's Morning News with Rich Herrera. Wake up with Rich or play catch up all day. You've been warned. This is News Radio WRVA.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Monday, August 10th, as Gary said. School's going to get going before you know it. August is here. Hopefully, after this week, we're going to see some rain in the forecast every day after today. And then they said that will maybe start bringing cooler temperatures throughout the region as we get ready for football and the fall. So good morning, everybody. My name is Rich Herrera. Super Dave Ayler behind the glass. Gary back from vacation.
You said football. I just got all shivery.
I'm all excited for football. We had the Hall of Fame game. I've got high school double. Do they do double days anymore?
2-a-days?
2-a-days?
I think they do, but there's not as much of that as there used to be.
No. 2-a-days were awesome. 2 weeks of 2-a-days. And my football coach.
You know what? I have never, ever in my life heard a football player describe 2-a-days as awesome.
Oh, you got to play so much football and get ready for the season, and you start ramping up, getting ready for their first games of the season. And my football coach used to tell us, hey, coach, it's Labor Day. We get the day off. He goes, oh, yeah, we're going to labor on that day. Just because you mouthed off Herrera, we're doing 2 that day.
Yeah, I bet you did a lot of up-downs. I bet you did a lot of up-downs in your
I
career.
was the worst. Oh, Herrera, hit the fence. Let's go. And by the way, the rest of the team can go with you because he can't keep his mouth shut. That was my football practice. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this Monday, August 10th. Super Dave and I had a tremendous weekend. He spent one extra day with me that he really wasn't sure what we were getting into, but he and I went to go see Stuart Copeland at the Beacon Theater in Hopewell.
We had a great time.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. There was a couple of thousand people there, I would say, 1,500.
It was packed.
Yeah,
it was packed.
It was a good crowd.
Stuart Copeland did his one-man show on stage telling about his life, the police, music, his dad being a spy. It was great.
I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And even the police, he really didn't, he got up to like when they started and then he kind of
went off on something else.
Yeah. Then he kind of then he got skipped to the end of when they broke up. And he said, he goes, he didn't really bash any of them. He just says that we can all go to dinner as long as we can all be friends as long as we don't have to write music together.
Right.
So like they can go to dinner and have fun and all that kind of stuff. But once it starts getting to music, they go their separate ways.
That was great. And then Saturday night. Oh, by the way, my son Rigney wanted me to tell everyone thank you very much for his vacation here in Virginia and all the people that chimed in when he was on the radio with us on Friday and all the great people he met throughout Richmond while he was here for about a month and change. And we had a wonderful time. Put him on the plane, flew him back. He's moving into the Beta house, I think today, and then he'll start his senior year and graduate. And then let's go. Dad's tired of paying money for this, but he'll graduate finally, and then he'll go to Quantico if all goes well after he graduates to go to Officer Candidate School. But he wanted to say thanks to everybody. So we dropped him off on Saturday, Dave. I was pretty good. I didn't cry. I didn't get all upset. I said, all right, good. Tired.
Wow, I thought you would have been a basket case.
No, I was actually pretty good about dropping him off. And then Saturday night, I went to Innsbruck after hours and saw Hanson.
Uh-oh.
Another viral post went out because I took a picture with Isaac Hansen and said, listen, I'm apologizing you to face, and whatever that group in the Philippines got a hold of it, and it's now gone worldwide viral again.
Wow.
New post, put one out, and now I've got Hansen fans from around the world congratulating me being a Hansen fan.
You're big in the Philippines.
I'm big in the Philippines, but it was a great show. I mean, you and I have been there. It's a great venue, right?
It's always a lot of fun.
It's a wonderful
you
venue.
sent me pictures.
And I will tell you this. I've been to not as many shows as you, Dave, but the energy and the joy in that crowd, like we're walking in, and it's okay. Let's be honest. Overwhelmingly female.
Not necessarily a bad thing.
No, if you're a single guy, it's a target-rich environment. I'll tell you that. But you walk in, and the joy and anticipation on their face of the crowd was really something to behold. I mean, they're just walking in, they're excited. Yes. And then they're just sitting there and you could feel the energy build up before they even take the stage. And then my wife and I went backstage and we're sitting there for like 20 minutes, just kind of sitting there like, they're going on any minute now. I don't think we're going to get a chance to say hi. And then he comes walking out, Isaac Hansen, the oldest of the three brothers, and he's got on some headphones, Dave. And he goes, are you waiting for somebody? I go, yeah, I'm Rich from the radio station. He goes, oh, he goes, I didn't know you were here. He goes, I feel so, how long? I said, 20, 25 minutes. Oh my gosh. And he sat with us for 20 minutes. And we talked about all kinds of different things. And he was really just charming, very nice man. And he goes, I said, are you okay? His brother comes out and they're kind of looking for him. He goes, oh yeah, I got to go perform. I said, okay. And he goes, I got to go get my shoes. So he goes to get his shoes, puts them on. We're walking out and he's walking in. And then we go and like 5 minutes later, they show up on stage, do 2.5 hours, I guess. They played for a long time. And it was just, nope, they didn't need to have seats because no one sat down the entire concert. And these people, they're dancing and screaming and going crazy. It was the best time. So again, I apologize to the band Hanson, and I am now a fan. And if anybody doesn't like it, I don't care. Great guy, talented musicians, put on one heck of a show. Now I know why they've toured for the last 29 years.
Do they have enough music to play for 2.5 hours?
Oh yeah. And again, I'm not a fan.
And I'm not bashing them. I don't know.
I
just know they're the couple of their one or two hits they had. That was it.
Do you play Bop? And Bop wasn't even their encore. They played that just in the middle of their set.
Oh, that's cool.
It was awesome. So Tracy Lawrence comes out next week, and then Brothers Osborne's coming out there. I want to see them. And then Clint Black is the showstopper at the end. I can't wait for that as well. So anyway, that was the weekend. Let's get to Richmond's morning news brief and give you all the news you need to know. We start with, as Gary reported, Israel's rejected Donald Trump's plan to end everything going on in Hamas with Gaza, and the Iranian situation continues. Here's the latest from Fox News.
Number one.
We have a 15-point plan to do that. The Prime Minister Netanyahu has some issue with some of this sequencing. This is about sequencing and timing, what they give up in exchange for when he withdraws the IDF. But one way or another, they're either going to give it up peacefully or the IDF is going to eventually go back in and take the arms from them.
That was Mike Waltz, our ambassador to the UN. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I told you this week I was up in Mount Vernon watching a bunch of conservative activists. Donald Trump needs to get his swagger back. We'll talk about that with Brian Kilmeade coming up in just a bit. All right, that's story number one. Story number two, in case you missed it, everybody in America is talking about the WNBA and this foul on Sophie Cunningham. Take a listen.
Number two.
Here's Cunningham up ahead of the field, lays it in, plus the foul, and then Cunningham gets into the face of Dejanay Carrington right away in the aftermath. And Cunningham
across the face, coming down, trying to prevent the layup, but that is just
horrendous.
A hard hit. That's definitely going to be upgraded,
horrendous.
I think, to a flagrant.
Sophie Cunningham gets clotheslined from behind, hit across the face, knocked to the ground. And the most amazing thing in the world is her coach doesn't defend her. And we have people that are actually saying, well, you don't understand. Listen, this whole thing is a joke. We're going to talk about that, but I will tell you this right now. The WNBA, no one cares. There is not a lot of WNBA fans. There's people that are fans of Caitlin Clark. There are people that are fans of Sophie Cunningham. There are people fans of women's basketball. But as far as the WNBA, they've never made $1 in their life, and they continue just to be absolutely ridiculous. All right, that's number two. Number three, it's race week here in Richmond.
Number three.
All right, coming up this week, NASCAR comes in, a Friday night truck race, a Saturday under the lights. It is one of the funnest races that you go to in NASCAR. Lori Warren, we had her on the show last week, the president of Richmond Raceway. She's actually coming back on this week in studio. Also, again, this is Richmond's Morning News. We've got some swagger. We've got some flex. We got a couple racers that are going to join us this week. I think Austin Dillon, is that what you were telling me, Dave, is coming on the show?
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll get a couple
later this week.
Yeah, a couple racers later this week as we get ready. So that's awesome. All right, story number 4. A former U.S. congressman and a TV star pass away. People reacting to the passing of Cooter.
Number 4.
Just a good old boy.
All right, if you're Gen X like I am, we all watch the Dukes of Hazzard. We watch Bo and Luke and Uncle Jesse. A lot of us liked watching Daisy and her Daisy Dukes. Cooter is one of the reoccurring characters there. Passes away, has a massive heart attack. He also went on to serve in the U.S. Congress for 2 terms representing Georgia. So condolences to the family of Ben Johnson, former U.S. member of the House of Representatives. Or Ben Jones, excuse me. Ben Jones passing away over the weekend. And that's a look at your Richmond Morning News Brief. Coming up on the program, I want to get to the whole thing about Israel, Donald Trump. I'm going to just give the president some advice right now, whether he wants it or not. He needs to get that swagger back. I'll explain coming up here in just a bit. You guys want to comment? 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140. The number for you to join us on the James River Air Text line. It's a Monday. Let's get that thing cranked up. All right, Michael Greer, Greer Financial Group.